Welcome to a demonstration of your new Hasura instance. Over the next minute or so, we're going to be taking a look at creating a new table within your database, adding some data to that table, and then creating your first query. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to be taking a look at is your data and schema management tab. So if we click that here, that'll take us to that section. Once I'm within the data and schema management section, you'll notice that my database is currently empty. I'm currently within the public schema. What I'll want to start by doing is creating a new table. So let's create a new table called posts. As you can see here, we have some frequently used columns, so I can add ID, created at, updated flags. Maybe say I'll have like a title to my post, which will be in the text data type. And we'll add that table. This table has now been added to my database and is automatically tracked by Hasura and exposed within my GraphQL API. Let's add a couple rows to my table so that I can then bring them back afterwards from my GraphQL API. So from there, I'll go to rows. I'll go to insert row. Then we'll give we'll call it test title. And then maybe like something like another test post. And what this will do is just create two different objects within my table, which I'll then be able to query for afterwards through my GraphQL API. So to actually create those queries, what we would use is the GraphQL tab over here. And what this page does is it gives us a utility to be able to test and craft our queries within the Hasura instance. So from this side here, you can see you have your GraphQL endpoint, which gives you the endpoint that you would hit from your application. It gives you a way to add request headers, any request headers that you might be sending with your application. And from this left-hand side here, it gives you this really awesome Explorer, which lets you use this dynamic panel here to help craft your query for you. So you can see we're going to add all the fields from our table. It's the post table that we just created with our data. And what we're going to do is hit this button here to run our first query. From this side of things, we can see data representation of the response that we just requested, and it has all of the data that we just created. And what you've done is just created your first GraphQL query within the Hasura instance. So that's the end of our really quick just tutorial demonstration of creating your first table, creating some data within the table, and creating your first query. I'd really recommend that you take a look at our Getting Started guide, as well as our documentation, as well as our sort of in-depth tutorial that's also linked within the sidebar of our Getting Started page. But yeah, we really hope you enjoy using your Hasura instance, and feel free to get in touch with us on Discord or GitHub discussions if you have any questions at all. Thank you.